Right now, though, I'm delighted that this young man is in the studio. It's only a couple of weeks ago, actually. I was talking to our production team, and we were just spitballing around guest ideas, and it was Ed, our producer, who mentioned this young man's name, and I went, oh, my days. I remember when he was on the show last time, and we were talking about various fights that he should be getting involved in, and it's kind of just stopped over the last 2 to 3 years. So it's great to have him in the studio to get an update and find out what the heck's been going on and how this thing restarts in 2024. It is, of course, Archie Sharp. Welcome to the show, mate.
How are you? Thank you for having me on.
Mate, thank you very much for giving up a bit of time on a Saturday night to come and join me and Gareth to talk about all good things boxing. Last time we were talking, you were 25 years of age, mate. Now you're, what, 28?
28, yep, married. I think you have a couple more kids as well.
Blimey, mate.
Still unbeaten.
Yep, still unbeaten. We're still unbeaten.
That's the
main
still
thing.
in your prime, still unbeaten.
100%.
Still growing the big old beard on you.
Absolutely. Right, let's answer a couple of questions here, right? Because we haven't seen you for a period of time. Firstly, what's been happening? Have you been injured? Have you been out? What's been going on?
I've been in the gym, mate. I've been in the gym.
Florida?
No, I've been over in the UK, sunny UK. It's been busy. I've been busy. I've been in the gym. I've added a few members to the team, so that's been very exciting.
Tell us about that then.
So we now have Roy Jones Jr.
That was what I was on about. I thought it might be over in...
No, we're over here. So we've got Roy Jones, we've got Ian Weaver, and my original trainer, Richard Sawyer. So that's our 3 team at the minute. And it's going very well, very exciting, and looking forward to getting back in 2024.
But from being the number one with the WBO the last time we were speaking, because we were talking about the likes of Shakur, who's now left this division and gone up, and become a champion in the division.
Become a champion again, yeah.
I remember this conversation being stemming all the way back to when Carl Frampton was fighting Jamel Herring, and you were next in line to be fighting the winner of that particular fight.
Yes.
What's been going on regarding fights and getting that level of fight?
Oh, it's been unbelievable, honestly. Like you say, Jamel Herring, Shakur Stevenson, Navarrete's, all these big names, Oscar Valdez, I think Liam. So it was last January, I was supposed to fight for a final eliminator against Liam Wilson, the Australian kid, in America. Yeah, it was January last year, and then Valdez got injured because he was fighting Navarrete, and then they called on Wilson to fight Navarrete. But I was number 1, so he skipped number 1, skipped number 2, went to Liam Wilson, and all of a sudden he's got a shot at the WBO world title.
Funny old game.
It's a funny old one. So they ended up boxing, and then I think Wilson and Oscar Valdez are fighting again soon. So it's all been going on, and unfortunately they've all kept me out of the mix. But I believe it's because I'm a massive risk and a hard fight for all these fighters, and I believe I beat all of them. And unfortunately, that's just how the cookies crumbled for me in the last couple of years.
So with that in mind, right, you were the number 1 with the WBO.
Yeah.
I just checked the rankings before we started the show, and you're at 3, right? Is that right?
I believe January's was number 3, but I haven't seen this month. So
right. So I checked it earlier on. It says 3, but you were number 1
since November 21. Yes.
Right. Haven't lost.
Nope.
Okay. They've never called a mandatory.
Nope.
They've never called an eliminator.
No. Well, they called eliminator, but then missed me out, and obviously let Wilson fight. So it was supposed to be me and Wilson for a final eliminator.
Yes, and then he went in for the fight with Navarrete.
Then he went in for the fight with Navarrete, and skipped me. But so it's crazy.
What conversations are you having with the sanctioning body?
Well,
because you must have been paying your sanctioning fees all this way along to get yourself into this position.
Yes, I believe I beat Leon Woodstock in October 2018. That was what got me into the top 15 in the WBO. So I've been paying my sanctioning fees since then. Been defending anyone they've been asking me to fight. Obviously, I won the global. And like I say, I've been defending it against everyone, and still no call-ups and paying the sanctioning fees, and still no world title, not even a shot. I think that's the most disappointing thing for myself, is that not even getting a shot to showcasing what I know I can really do. And what I've been kind of doing for the last 5 years in the WBO.
Are you still with Queensbury? Are you still with Frank Warren? Because that was your promoter last time we were speaking.
I was with Frank, and then... I left Frank and ended up with a company called Probellum, which kind of it didn't really kick off, to be honest with you. And then now I'm in negotiations, and like I say, God willing, I'm in a big fight very, very soon, back on the big platforms.
So are you a free agent right now?
At the minute, I am technically a free agent, yes.
Are you speaking to any of the major promoters?
Yes.
Yes. You are speaking?
Yes. Back on the big fights, big scenes, and that's what it's all about. Like you say, 24-0. I looked at the rankings the other day, in the British rankings, and I don't believe there's anybody with as many fights as myself unbeaten. I think you've got Tyson Fury, but he's got a draw. But yeah, so that's where I'm at the minute.
What? Sorry, Gareth. Well, it annoys me things like this when a young fighter doesn't get an
It's
opportunity.
boxing, Adam.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
but I get it. But it's not fair on a young man's career, is it? Now, since this conversation,
Yes.
Joe Cordina's obviously done well, and he's become world champion
He's done very well,
in this division. Obviously, we're all big fans of Lee Wood on here. He's now up into this division.
He's coming to the Super Feather, and I believe he's now crawled into the WBO World Rankings as well. So,
well, you've got Zelfa Barrett, you've got
Barrett,
Jordan Gill. It's a really good group of fighters,
Yes.
frankly. What I would say, and it's clear in you that you're slightly irked by it,
Rightfully so.
but these guys are made of amazing stuff. So every day in the gym, he's hitting a concrete wall looking to smash it down. And it's key now that he finds the right person to lead that march and find a route and a strategic map. Gary Stretch will tell you in a minute when he comes in, he didn't always have it his own way as well. And this is 25 years ago. It's always gone on. I hope there are people counselling you,
yes,
who you
same.
know in the sport, who have mentors, who know how the game works and say, don't worry, Archie, work away, do the things that you need to improve on because your time will come. You know that already.
Yeah, for sure. Like I say, I stayed disciplined, and I'm very grateful to be in a position. I've got a beautiful family. I stayed dedicated to the sport.
And ready.
And I'm ready. And that's it, I'm ready.
So I said
My
you looked
time
on
will
shape
come.
tonight. You look on shape.
Yeah, I feel in good shape. I feel great mentally, physically. I know I've had a lot of, like I say, political things going on and not getting that bit of luck, but I've just stayed disciplined to the sport. I'm only 28. I've had no hard career.
Have you got a message? Have you got a message for Ben Shalom? Have you got a message for Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, listen, I'm
or
out
Oscar
here
De
ready.
La Hoya or Bob Aaron?
I'm here ready
Eddie
for the big
Hearn-
fights. There's no one that's. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to go.
Eddie Hearn has those fighters. That's what I was leading towards. Cordina, Lee Wood. I think Lee Wood's just gone. He's a free agent as well. I think. From listening to Eddie Hearn this week. Zelfa Barrett, Jordan Gill. That's an Eddie Hearn fight coming up in a couple of weeks' time, isn't it? I know that Anthony Kakachi is a frank fighter. You've got John O'Carroll, who's an Irish fighter there.
Yes.
That's reasonably well placed as well. For me, looking at that, Matchroom seemed to be a home of which could generate the fights that you want.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, like I say, I've looked at them fighters myself. I've been looking at the rankings all the time. I keep a very close eye on everyone in and around my division, and even a lightweight division, to be honest with you, because...
What's the kind of advice that Roy Jones Jr. is giving you about this at the moment, then?
It's all in God's plan. It's all in God's plan, and we haven't had it given to us, and it's just give us more time to prepare. So for me, calling Shakur Stevenson out, I think it was a year or two ago, maybe longer than that now. Even in Navarrete, all these big fights, I do feel like everything happens for a reason.
Let them all move to lightweight for a while. You know,
He wants them.
The Shakur fight will happen.
I know
it will
you
happen.
do, but there's timing to this. Are you the complete fighter yet? Then
I'm not.
Or are you ready for world titles?
Listen, I believe I'm ready for world titles now at 130, 100%. Now I've got Roy and the team, Ian Weaver, like I say, Richard Sawyer. I've got my nutritionist, Paul. I've got a great team, and we're ready to go. And like I say, having that year with Roy now, because it has been a year.
What's it changed in you?
Do you know what? I watch fights now completely different now. I used to watch fights coming from Roy. So when I watch a normal boxing match now, it's not how I used to watch it. Like, it's very different. I'm looking at things that probably won't go into too much detail. That's my little.
No, come on, give us the detail.
That's my little thing. But I mean, I'm looking at things completely different now, and then analysing the sport like in a different way. And I believe it's just brought me on a lot more of a fighter, and I think that will show. That will show in these big fights. That's why I believe it happens for a reason. I've had a good year with Roy, good year with the team. We've all settled in, gelled very well. I was out in December on a little York Hall show. Got I got 10 rounds in, which was nice. So now I'm just ready to get straight back in it. A big fight on a big platform is just exactly what I need to get everyone talking about Archie Sharp again, back on the world scenes, and then that's it. I'll go and do what I believe I've been destined to do, which is win world titles, not only at 130 but 135. Like I say, the Shakur fight, I am still chasing him down, regardless. Everyone's going the other way. I'm going head on towards him because I do believe I beat Shakur Stevenson, and whether that's at 135 or 140, I don't know, but we will see, because it's not just one world title at one weight I'm winning.